Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me, coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, will and shall rest therein. I'm on my little walk today, something I should do every day. And I have not been involved in that like I should be. And so it was a time in my life that that's something I always did, was exercise. Now it's just doing nothing. But I am, and I'm hoping sometime in between next April or May, in between that time, I will be able to step out and get back in the mood and the desire. I have the desire now, I just haven't walked therein. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm involved in doing what I love doing, because there's so many things going on in the world today that people are bypassing and overlooking, and I think where we're at is the end. And when I say the end, I'm speaking of the end of many things. I mean, like many things, not just the end of our way of having freedom, or I mean the real end. That's where I think we're standing right dead in the center of the end. And it's kind of confusing, because a lot of people said that they believed, and they were believers of the Most High Yah, or back then they used to say they believed in God, which was okay. But it was just that when hard times come, it really lets you know who's who and what's what. I saw how all the churches closed down, and they didn't trust their faith. Their faith was revealed, even to today with this V. Those that are in the church day and night, night and day, are those that are leading the large congregations. They're leading the people into much darkness. See, this little walk is already getting to me. Why? It's because I need to get back in shape. But I just wanted to come this morning to kind of speak to you all while I'm walking, and say to you all, a lot of things that have taken place in the last year and a half was really a situation that's really showing you who's who and what's what. It tells the story about people. It tells you who's who and what's what. And it's still yet revealing things to us. And we're in the process of turning our head, or turning to a deaf ear, or not wanting to see what we actually in the midst of. Not wanting to accept what is actually taking place. So we walked there in the darkness and decided, okay, this is the route I'm going to go, and that's that. But I say unto you all that the day in which we are in is like no other. And if you play around with this day, if you play around with this day, you are causing yourself to be in much danger, spirit and flesh. Because this is not the day. This day is not the day when you turn to deaf ear, or you decide to go blind, or you decide, okay, this can't be, or this is, it's not this and it's not that. Not this day. This day that we are in is not a day to deny. It's here. It's right here. Okay? I know a lot of people don't feel that what's going on is really affecting them. They don't understand it is greatly affecting you. You're just too ignorant to see how it is being right now as I speak applied to you, your household, and your family. And I'm going to tell you another thing. We as men and women, this is not the time period in life to be putting our children, our wives, and our husband on pedestals. That's not what time it is. That time in which you're speaking regarding is over, okay? If you read Isaiah 3, it's telling the truth of the matter of where we're at. And you can't seem to get no one to go there and read it because the Ruach is not abiding in them to urge them to go in that direction to see exactly where we're at today. So we're not in a time period where we need to be putting our men and our women and our children on pedestals. It's time for us to put the Most High Yah as high as we can take him within us, in our hearts, in our minds, in our strength, in our might. I mean, this is not the time to be giving credit to flesh and blood. This is the time to seek Yah while he can be found, while it's still yet day. That's what time we're in. We're not in a time period where it's time to praise and boost up our children to be this and that, and they are all that and this. This is not time to put your husband on a pedestal where he can be the king of kings or the ruler of ruler. This is not the time that you put your wife as a queen, as a beauty and all, on pedestals. This is not the time. This is not the time, because what you're about to learn is what that Matthew 24 spoke about, and Matthew 25 spoke about, Isaiah chapter 3 spoke about. We're in that day while we're pretending that we're in such a goody day that it's time to praise everyone, glorify everyone, build up on everyone outside of Yah. No, this is the time where our whole face should be forward toward him. Our whole heart, our mind, our strength should be seeking him and him only. Okay? Now, will we get back to the day where we putting our husbands on pedestals and putting our wives on this high and mighty pedestals, or putting our children up high? No. Those days are over. Just think, thousands of years you've done that. Okay, let's put the one that should be above all things. Let's glorify him. Let's magnify him. Let's put him where he belongs. Because whether you want to see him there or you want to put him where he belongs, he there anyway. So what did that tell you? What does that say to you? He's in that position whether you put him there or not. So only thing Sister Deborah is saying is, in your heart and in your mind, you must focus on him and who he stands for. Stop disrespecting him. Our men and women are disrespecting him. We disrespect him when we don't read and wait for the Ruach to teach us what he's given us in this day. We disrespect him because we're not taking him at his word. He said, you abide in me and I abide in you. And we become one in this. Oh no, they don't want to do that. They want to become one in their wives. They want to become one in their husbands. They want to become one in their families. We are one. They want to become one in their camps. They want to become one in their groups. They want to become one in their church. We got people out here teaching in a way of fear because they teaching people's flesh. They don't even understand. You cannot tame a man's flesh. You cannot tame a woman's flesh. Mother and father, you can't tame your children's flesh. You can't do it because the outcome is going to be sorrow, great sorrow. So when you finish thinking you have mastered your household, and you have mastered how you should be with your husband, you have mastered how your husband should be with me, where is Yah in the midst? Have you mastered his love? Have you mastered his mercy and grace? Have you mastered his desire for us to hold on to righteousness? Have you mastered his righteousness? Have you mastered his just? Have you mastered his faith? Have you mastered his endurance? When you master that, you understand the whole purpose of it and why he poured out so many gifts. You know, not because we were all that and some, because they came before repentance. So we have to understand that alone is mercy and grace. He didn't have to do that, but he did. So I, Sister Deborah, say to you all that we need to find ourselves in the right place with Yah, not so much as in the right place where we think we are with our children, with our families, with our husband, with our wives, with all these groups and all these camps and all these cults and all these Hebrew Israelite movements. Where are you in Yah? Where are you in Yah? Can you be found in him? If today was the last day of your life, right now, if it was the last day of your life, do you think he will find you in him, or he'll find you in yourself? He'll find you in the things which are fleshly, which the things you lead your heart to and you desire. Don't ever put your children, don't ever put your wife, don't ever put your husband, don't ever put your mother nor your father ahead of the Most High Yah. Put him first at all times. Not only make him first, but make him be the beginning and the end of your conversation. Make him the beginning and the end of your life. Make him the beginning and the end of your family meetings, your family talking, your family itself. Make him the beginning and the end. And when you do that, let me tell you, you got it going on. Because what happens is the Spirit of the Most High is not ashamed of you. You would think that the Spirit would be ashamed of you because of all your sin and filthiness, unrighteousness and unjust. No, he don't care. He still come and abide in you. Once you accept Yeshua HaMashiach, he'll come and abide in you. In spite of all your sin and your filthiness, your unjust, your murderous heart, your adulterous life. He don't care about those things. He will come and he will abide in you and get you right. That's grace and that's mercy. That's what you call give and gave, which a lot of you all don't even understand. What is Yah's love? It can't be the sick love we portray it. It's impossible. It is impossible for his love to be identical to our love. Our love is the sick one. His is the righteous one. The truth of love. It is to give and gave. It's still going to remain that. Okay, so when we're running around here thinking all we have to do is attend church, all we have to do is watch all these videos on YouTube and get up under somebody that's awakening or under the Hebrew Israelite movement. When you finish, are you under the Ruach HaKodesh? Is the Ruach abiding in you? Can you feel him? Can you hear him? What have he also given you as far as gifts? What have he led you to believe as far as your calling, your purpose? There are people saying, I got the Ruach, but they don't even know what their purpose is. You got to have a purpose in the body of HaMashiach. That's your works. What are your works like? Is it only dedicated to your family? Is it only dedicated to your church? Is it only dedicated to the camps? Is it only dedicated to the churches or the groups? Is it only dedicated to that source? If it is not of Yah. Because Yah wants you to be able to reach whom he leads you to reach, not whom you desire to reach. A lot of people in this day and time believe it's just the church that I'm over. It's just the group that I'm in the midst of. It's just the camp that I'm dealing with. It's just the organization or the Hebrew Israelite movement that I'm willing to identify with. It's everything that's built up of the flesh. Where have you set your butt down in the spirit and got a full meal deal on your plate? When have you? When have you received a full meal? We run and we think it's all within where we say it's at. But have you received a full meal deal? So we need to get out of this thing about our flesh, because what's about to happen? It could be your husband up out of here. It could be you as a female up out of here. It could be your pastor. It could be your father. It could be your mother. It could be your children. You seen what happened to Job. See, when you put things above Yah and you put them in order, Yah let you keep it, but he also will break it. He'll take it and break it. He'll break it and take it. He'll take it and break it. Because we rest our heart and soul on what we have. Okay? What's in the midst of us, what we can see and believe. We don't put our faith and our hope in what we cannot see and yet believe. And know this for assurance. Everything that you see, you best bet it is the creation of the Most High Yah. And anytime you see everything, you better be worshiping and praising He that created all things. Respecting Him. There should be a fear of who He is in us. That's a gift. There should be an endurance spirit within us. That's a gift. There should be a long-suffering spirit within us. There should be a faith spirit within us. These are things which represents the spirits of the fruit of the spirits. But see, we thinking it is things that we inherit in the flesh that identify that which is in the spirit. Nothing you have that you can see, nothing you have that you can see is of the spirit of the Most High Yah. It's what you can't see that belongs to Him. So I, Sister Deborah, is about to walk there in, and then I'm going to video another video on my way back. So I say unto you, seek the things which is unseen versus he that is seen, and she that is seen, and the materialistic things that you see. Stop putting everything on pedestals and boosting. Trust in the Most High Yah. Boost Him up. Uplift Him. Praise Him. Honor Him. Because it's time where we realize what day we are in. We're not even in time and season. We're in that day. So I, Sister Deborah, would like to say to you, I'll be back and you be blessed. Shalom and shalom.